When they kiss for the first time in this service, it'll be the first time. So we're going to have them have the first kiss, and we're going to enjoy that. Then they'll have a second kiss, and when they have the second kiss, if your spouse is here and you want to renew your wedding vows, kiss your bride.
Starting to see, I can't imagine not doing life with her, to not get to, I'd feel incomplete without her. We had just started coming to the same church, and we were reconnecting, and I was like, I really want to get to know her. I'm interested in her. And we went on a date. We went to a pumpkin patch. We had a great time, and I loved that first date. And actually, Abby would say,
it was a perfect fall date. We went to the pumpkin patch, and we came home and made cookies, and we carved our pumpkins.
So a week later, I said, hey, I'd love to take you on more dates to get to know you. But I wanted her to think about it and take some time to think through that. A week later, she got back to me and said no. So I guess she didn't want to go on more perfect dates. But fast forward to about a year later, we had finally reconnected, and I had just turned down an opportunity to move to California, where I was offered a job.
I initiated to talk to him and told him that I knew I had said no before, but I would be willing to go on dates with him now if he wanted to.
That's when I said, okay, well, let's start going on dates again, and kind of framing it within a verse from Exodus 33, which Moses is speaking with the Lord, and he says, Lord, if your presence doesn't go with us, we don't want to go. We don't want to go where you send us unless your presence goes with us. And so I'd said, I only want us to enter into seasons where the Lord is leading us. And so a year ago at that time, the Lord said no, and he didn't lead us there. But then in his perfect timing, he led us there last October, and we've been dating ever since.
We went to the canal for coffee, dinner, then Fountain Square for wine. Everything about the date felt so comfortable and affirming that after dinner, I decided to show off the house I had just put an offer on. Looking back on that decision, I now realize this was a very bold move for two reasons. This house was disgusting. Literally a former drug house. Secondly, I was secretly trying to figure out if she approved of my purchase. If our dates continued to go well, I knew that one day this would be her drug house too. We are gathered here before God and these witnesses to join this man and this woman in holy matrimony. Marriage is a lifelong, exclusive, public covenant of companionship. God has regulated marriage by his commands. Jesus has blessed marriage by his presence. For those who God intends to marry, they have designed deficits. Let me say that again. For those God intends to marry, they have designed deficits. And marriage is the process of discovering how you meet and fill those design deficits so that you more and more are saying, And this is my hope for you on every anniversary to say two things. I need you more than I did a year ago, and I like you more than I did a year ago.
From the time we began dating, I remember how undeserving I felt to get to take you on dates. Before we dated, you trusted the Lord when I almost moved away. Leading up to our first date, you were so patient in midst of the Lord's timing. And during our season of dating, you were so willing to follow me as I followed Jesus. Aside from God saving me, you have been my greatest, most undeserved gift.
I feel so honored and undeserving to be your bride. I'm beyond thankful for the man you are, Phil. You lead with confidence, which makes it so easy to follow you and trust you. From the very beginning of our relationship, you have been a sweet picture of what it looks like to be fully known and so fully loved. This was my biggest fear when I thought about marriage, but you've made me feel safe from the beginning.
Abby writes of Phil, I feel like I knew I loved him a long time before I was willing to admit it. But I was confident that I loved Phil and wanted to marry him after getting to see him interact with his family at Thanksgiving. I remember seeing him love his family and be intentional to invest in them. I feel like you see someone's true character when they're at home, and I loved that man that I got to see. Phil explains, what I love most about Abby is her loyalty. She's the most reliable person I know. She affects everyone with her presence. Her greatest loyalty belongs to the Lord, and that makes her so life-giving. As cliche as it sounds, I could not have created a better person to do life with. She truly is the greatest partner I could have ever imagined. I now pronounce that Philip Kirk and Abigail Lightman are husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. You may kiss your bride.
Shelter of someone's arms, and there you were. I needed someone to understand my ups and downs, and there you were. This sweet love and devotion, deeply touching my emotion. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. Oh yes, how sweet it is to be loved by you. Feels so fine. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Close my eyes at night, wondering where would I be without you in my life. Everything I did was just a bore. Everywhere I went, it seems I've been there before. You brighten up for me, oh, on my days. Love so sweet in so many ways. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. Oh yes, how sweet it is to be
I really can't imagine doing life for the rest of my life with any other one person. She, to me, is like an incredible teammate. She has qualities and gifting and just a temperament that's so different from mine and so unique to how I'm wired and to how maybe I'm gifted. But the things she has are things that I need in my life. And having gotten to know her and gotten to date her and then be engaged to her, I'm starting to see I can't imagine not doing life with her. I'm excited to think about life, living life with her, and getting to be a part of just the things that I personally don't have as a temperament, and even gifting in the ways that the Lord has blessed her and gifted her in ways that are so different from me. And so, yeah.